What made you get into music, dog?
Man,
That's like the real question. Like, what was it? Was it hip hop? Was it EDM? Was it your grandma's soapbox? Was that what it's called?
soapbox. Honestly, I guess from what I heard, when I was very young, my uncle, rest in peace, he passed away, used to make me listen to classical music when I was crying, and he would lock me in a room as a baby, let me cry it out, and would have classical music playing. And I guess my mom, since then, like, you know, and that was probably from like my whole baby youth or whatever. And I guess from then, like, it transpired into me playing trumpet in middle school.
Oh, that's
and
right. You did play trumpet.
I played the trumpet in middle school. I was in band. I almost played band in high school, but I chose football.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, but I was basically almost about to be in band in high school, so I didn't want to, I guess, be like a band geek, but maybe I should have. Now the musical career I chose didn't really matter. I should have been on it the whole way.
In other words, you should have been like Pharrell and just stuck it out.
Yeah, instead of playing football, because that went nowhere, let me tell you right now.
My boy said, look, no scouts, but
not in the NFL, didn't go college.
It is what it is, though. But let me ask you this, though, before we get into that. What position did you play in football?
I was a linebacker, and then I played offensive line.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right. You
crazy.
didn't do any long snapping or anything like that, right?
Oh, I did actually, yeah. I played center.
I was like, I do remember you did a little bit of line.
In high school, I played center, and I was, I mean, I didn't want to, guys, you know, I want to play offensive line, but I was the best one they had, basically.
You're like,
I wanted to play defense and
fit the role.
Just crack people, you know?
I feel it. But yeah, so now that you're doing music, so the classical music is what let you to it because of your uncle. Shout out to your uncle.
Shout out to my uncle.
But still shout out to your uncle.
Rip.
But after that, like, what was it that made you want to get into DJing, and then I guess you could say everything else that you're doing?
For DJ, I mean, the girls. I mean, guys, that's it.
That's it?
But close. No, I was kidding. I was like,
this interview was going to be a lot shorter than we thought, guys.
That's it. I'm not. No, that's not it at all. Even though, you know, it's there, but no. For sure, honestly, DJ AM was my huge inspiration from DJing. Like, oh my god, if you know, you guys look at videos on DJ AM, the way he scratches, the way he DJs, the music he would play, I really try to model my whole style of DJing after that. And right before he passed away, he was actually starting to get into the EDM scene. He was playing at raves and he was hanging out with like Stevie Aoki and stuff like that. And that was also what kind of got me into like EDM, because I didn't, for sure I was hip hop and all that, and that was like what I wanted to DJ. But when I saw him starting to get into that world and I was seeing what that was, I was like, oh shoot, like there's a lot more you could do with this. And that was what got me into like DJing, basically, was him and his videos. And then I started playing at parties in high school and stuff, for sure. And that was when I started realizing like, oh man, you can actually, like, I could do it. You could rock a crowd and just money to be made out here, and people like to turn up, and yeah.
That's true. People do like to turn up and like to go crazy.
Yeah,
like to go a little crazy.
Yeah, and I was in high school, so it was like, you know, flyer parties. The flyer party
That's
scene
what it was, right?
crazy.
You know what I was going to ask you? I was like, do you think when Project X came out, do you think that really motivated a lot of people to go DJing?
Well, I feel like when Project X came out, what's funny is we were already doing flyer parties like that, like whatever that movie was. Like I had already kind of not maybe experienced to that level because obviously over exaggerated, but we were doing a lot of warehouse parties in LA. Like I had homies that were doing stuff at clubs, or not even at clubs. There were like probably restaurants during the day, and they would turn it into a club at night, basically.
I feel it, yeah.
And at that time, it was a lot more like raunchy. I feel like nowadays they're not doing stuff like that no more, you know.